Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host, joined by Ed and Richard. Pat was going to join us, but he's not feeling so good, so hope we're well. Alan is off the channel for a while he sorts out his issues at the moment, and we hope thoughts and prayers are with Alan and all his family at this hard time. And Ozzy, don't know. So, yeah, you've got the Three Stooges tonight. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Doing well. Hope everybody's doing well.
Good, good, good. Don't forget, by the way, some amazing new shows coming up this week. I'm going to trigger everyone. Tuesday, 8:15, Mancunian Way, Oil Brothers, episode 1 with Baz through Black and White Eyes. Our collaboration this year. I've just been on Baz's channel doing a Premier League preview with Elton Wells being a few other people. So go and give that a watch after this, of course. Also, Blues Down Under episode 11 will be on Wednesday. And also, it is debuting on Wednesday at 11 p.m. in the UK. Blues, Stateside Blues, episode 1. City news from the US of A. Yes, loads coming on. And I'm sure we'll have a little chat about the old 115 at some point, because that question will come up. What about 115? It will come up. And also, something new, a little bit of a shock to everyone this season, and we might even get Ed involved in this. We're going to have a City Premier League prediction table on the Mancunian Way. A little bit of fun. We're going to add Ed and Fee into it as well, but we're going to predict each week. Yeah, for the correct score, the correct result. We'll also be done in the thing as well. It's just for the panelists. We will maybe look at some for things, so as you can see. That'll be your input and your scores, and then we'll go through it each week. And at the end of the season, whoever wins will get a prize. Whoever loses is going to have to do a major forfeit live on camera. I've made an executive decision. Rich, you're doing it. Stop looking all worried. You're looking all worried.
Well, no, I'm pretty confident I'll win, so.
You really won't, though. Good evening, No Martin, post-match review. Good evening, to the post-match review. If you are new here, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you. I think Reijnders had a great game last night. We're going to get into it. We will. Congrats to Crystal Palace winning their first ever Community Shield. But everyone's scared of Liverpool. Good evening, Mark. Evening Blues. Getting in just in case now I fall asleep. Don't worry, mate. In the first half, we see the future on what's on show. With Reijnders in the second half, we see the now. Good performance all round. Yeah. Smash the likes on your way in. Yes. Don't forget, the poll is live. Have you smashed the likes? Let's try and get 200 likes live on the show as we try and get to our lofty goal of 10K ASAP. That's what we're after. Because as you can see, we're now doing shows every day virtually. Some days, twice a day. We are literally just pumping content to you now. We have upped our game 100-fold. We've upped the graphics, upped everything. Might even have a little surprise for you later on in the show. Dash, yesterday I slept through the whole match, had to rewatch it. I thought it was a good notion of what we might expect against Wolves. Think we won't go full end-to-end, but that's enough. Reijnders fantastic. I think we're going to talk a lot about Tajani Reijnders today. The link up with those around him is top notch. His dribbling, his height, quite rare nowadays. And his technique for the brace resembles that of a prime Gundo. Stop stealing what I said in the space last night, you stealing little sod. Dash, was you born in 52? What? What's going on here? Was it stand? Well, I don't know what's going on with them two. Good evening, Briggs. Evening.
Sometimes YouTube does this, Martin, with the chat. Sometimes YouTube does this. Yeah.
Hello, Lee Gates. How the devil are you? Good win last night. Dash, Cherki's ability. We're going to get into it all. I promise you. Good evening, Gary. Good evening, King Cladzer. Good evening, Briggs. DC. Yeah, right. For some reason, YouTube has done what Ed has just said. It's now decided it's going to give you all numbers. So if I get your names wrong, it's because you've all got numbers next to your names now. I don't know why. That's weird. That's going to chuck me off. That's going to chuck me. Dash 1952. SOS 2907. Ed, what? Ed, it's actually giving you real names out now on the show. It's YouTube is doxing everyone. What's going on here? AK Super. What the hell's going on here tonight? Has anyone seen this before? Or am I watching it? It says Lee Williams 235.
Yeah, it's happened on other channels I've been in chats before.
We need to have the US national anthem. Yeah, right. You think we're getting killed? What do you think this is? Martin's going to rig it. No, I don't rig anything. DC _2A. Stones will have a renaissance and it'll be glorious. I can't get used to these names here. Jordi Hawaii, man. Evening citizen, congrats to Palace keepers. You see, David T's gone to Jordi Hawaii, man. What the heck is going on here? Right, this is my real name is King Cladzer. Yeah. I think it's if you've used your real name. Right. Anyway, City nil. Sorry, Palermo nil.
City nil.
City nil.
Martin, how are you going to win a prediction if you can't even get the score right after we've played?
All right, there's no need for that. Bit harsh, isn't it?
I have to start thinking of Martin's forfeit already. Make him drink a Starbucks live on camera.
Oh, yeah, because drinking coffee is a really bad thing for me, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but Costa, they'll have the assassins out for you.
Hang on, what do you think this is, you? Anyway, let's get into it. City obviously won 3-0 yesterday. The lineup was as follows, just in case anyone has been living under a rock. James Trafford made his debut yesterday, which was magnificent. Which I think, was it a surprise to anyone? I don't know. We had Rico Lewis at the old right back. We had Kushinov at the left centre back, Johnny Stones at the right centre back, Rainy Nora, Nico O'Reilly, Nico J, Oscar Bob, Rain Cherki, Oman Mamouche, and Erling Haaland was captain. What do you think of that lineup, boys?
It was interesting because I think a lot of people thought we're going to line up how we're going to start at Wolves and then swap after an hour, and instead we put out two complete different but strong 11s, and you pretty much know neither of those 11s is going to start next Saturday, because one had, what looks like the starting, at least three of the four starting players up front, and the other one perhaps had a defence where only one of the players you thought might start. Obviously Foden and Guardiola weren't there, so there was a couple of injuries or minor things that we didn't know about. So it was what was really, really clear with all the whining we've had from fans this summer, or some fans, was just how strong we put out two 11s, and that's without Foden, Guardiola, Kovacic and Rodri, that could both finish above United. And I think it showed the numbers and the depth of our squad if the players are fit, and that's without four players fit. So had those four players been there, you wouldn't have been able to get O'Reilly in the 22 possibly. You might not have had Gonzalez in the 22. You wouldn't have had, was it Divine, what's his name, he wouldn't have been in the squad because so yeah. And then you still haven't got a place for Ortega, who won us the league 18 months ago. And, Rodri comes in, you're going to have to dump another midfielder. So I think it just shows the numbers we've got at the moment. And that's without us even talking about McAtee, Grealish, Phillips, and the players who are on the nose. So I think it just showed incredible depth, the two sides. Evening, Foggy.
Elliot's telling you to chill out pre-season.
Chill out about what?
Elliot's gone into his Allen mode at the minute. Elliot's got into Allen. He's gone into his Allen road at the minute, Elliot.
He's sad. Elliot's sad because God is still at sea. He's still there, gracing the defence like a Bentley. And we'll see. But you assume that a few players actually faced up to the fact that there's incredible depth at the team as well. But that was exciting.
Yeah. Big thank you to Fogger for the gifted 10. You, sir, are a legend. Every time, thank you so much, Foggy, mate. Big up Foggy in the chat. W's fires. Foggy is on fire.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
There you go. There you go. Ed, what did you think? Because I've got a feeling, Rich, I think at some point we're going to have a Rich rant. So, Rich is going to let me know.
Not about whining City fans and the fact
wait,
on the
wait,
TV.
Rich.
No.
Hold your horses.
Okay.
It's getting giddy. Whoa. Right, Ed, go on. Give me your initial thoughts.
Yeah, man. I mean, we talked a lot about the game already, more in the spaces and stuff, but it was really like, for me with the lineup, like Rich said, I thought we would put our strong team outside out that will play against Wolves. So it was interesting to see Trafford in there. It was interesting to see Husanoff in there, right? O'Reilly in the midfield, because, these are players that we do, see that potential to getting in our first team eventually down the road. So it was good to see them in there. And also Nico Gonzalez. I mean, that's been, we've been talking about him for a while, with him playing, how he will look in that role. So it was good to see him out there too. I think Reijnders probably stole the show, but Nico G had a really solid night for me, and he maybe calmed some nerves about him a little bit. So, yeah, man, I was pleased. First half was all over the place for a lot of people. Second half was a little bit more calmer, a little bit more in people's natural positions. But yeah, overall, I was glad with the performance.
Well, Pep Guardiola did have some comments to say on the game afterwards. He said, Pep Guardiola on the importance of John Stones, by the way, remaining fit. Massively in the year of the treble and the quadruple. John Stones is massively important. He's a top-class player, but last season he played less than 30%. He was injured a lot of the time. What we want is for him to be fit. In the Club World Cup, he didn't play, but he played the first 45 minutes versus Palermo. Step by step, we need him. We had good central defenders. We need him. He said we need him about 4 times in there. Guardiola on the process to sign Tijani Reijnders. It's a credit to Cherki and to Hugo. Signings always belong to them. Of course, we talk. I give my opinion, but always the good ones that work and don't work. It belongs to the club. The club decides what players they want because during the year, I don't have time to see players. It's a job for them. The club is incredibly well run, organised in this department, and they did really good signings. Happy to have them. Because he did talk about the 3 signings. He said World Cup really good. Rayan and Tijani. Same with Kushinov in January. He showed his potential, and he's one of the fastest players I've seen. So Pep was very, very happy yesterday. He said, I'm happy since USA and our World Cup. Our vibes were really good. We could not control the transition against Al Hilal, but the players were really good. We wanted to stay longer to build more of what we want to do. We had 1 more weeks of holidays. We didn't want to play too many games, just training. It's just a friendly versus Palermo. No pressure. Now in the Premier League, I will be more consistent than last season. What do you think about those quotes, gentlemen?
You're on mute, Rich.
I had to mute Rich because his dogs were giving.
I have a rant about that. Now, firstly, I think thank you, Pep, for the comments on Stones. Some of the stuff I had to listen to last season about the player who was our best player in 23 because he had an injured season and people basically wanted to send him out the back and have him shot, along with all the other older players. I think some of the talk about Stones was just embarrassing, just absolutely embarrassing. And he is a truly world-class defender, and we all need to hope he stays fit, because if he stays fit, I can't see us not winning the league, because if he stays fit, he's the best attacking defender and probably the best defender in the Premier League. So that will be absolutely huge for City, and I think we might see him used in the big games if he stays fit at right back, because we've got a lot more strength at centre back than right back, and I actually really like Kusanov in the first half. I think his pace showed a few times, and I think Kusanov could become what Kyle Walker was for many, many years in the side, and that is the insurance on the break, because he does have the pace, that he's going to be able to run back with fast, rapid centre forwards and actually get back and stop them. And it's not pace like Frimpong's quick, but he wouldn't have the strength to deal with an attacking player. But Kusanov's got that strength. He's a big strong player, as well as having that pace. So I think that's pretty exciting. And the fact that we could play Kusanov and Stones in the first half, and then Kanji and Diaz, and then we've still got Ake out there, and we've still got Gvardiol, our best centre back of last year, there, shows that we've really addressed that weakness at centre half. With the fitness, but with having Kusanov there as well. And the other player who really impressed me first half was Cherki. I thought Cherki showed the ability to bring the ball a bit, but also having two feet where you really don't know is he left or right footed, because you really don't know if you watch Cherki which footed he is. That it means he can go either way equally, and if he goes either way, he can do anything. He can go wide. He could go wide of a player to the left and put a cross in left. He could do it wide to the right, put a cross in. He can pass the ball either way. I think if he plays through the middle, he's going to be, a real handful. So, I'm thinking maybe we see Foden start on the right and Cherki start in the middle. So we will.
I don't think. Well, Steve thinks Stones is going. I'll be shocked if Stones goes anywhere.
But to your point, Rich, like, you can manage the John Stones when you are in a bigger squad. Because, once you have, before we were down to what, 22, 21 players, but really we only had, 17, 18 senior players. So you kind of feel the impact a little bit more when you have a smaller squad. So not
and fit players. Yeah, that was the problem last year. We had, Gvardiol was fit, but every other centre back was injured. So we were just playing injured centre backs, and the players, some of them last season, I saw a Pep interview at the end of the season. Some of them were brought in and they hadn't even trained. They're injured, they haven't trained, and Ake came back in, I think, once or twice, and Diaz, possibly Stones, having not trained. So we were just rolling the dice. It was like Russian roulette with the defence.
No, but I liked how Cherki looked in the 10, but to your point, Rich, if he can go both ways, does that fit the wing better with Foden more centrally? Or would you prefer Foden coming in on his left foot? Do you think, because the way I view them, I look at Cherki as more of the assister and Foden the goal scorer.
Yeah, possibly. To me, Cherki looks like he tried a lot of little passes, a lot of little balls to put players through, and sometimes they worked and sometimes they didn't, but that'll come with time. So Cherki to me looks like he's probably for the middle, and he can interchange with Foden anyway, because let's be honest, I suspect, and I might be wrong, that Foden, quite possibly Foden, Cherki and Marmoush start games now. Neither Marmoush or Foden are true wingers. They're not going to be going around the outside all the time. I see it being Nori going down the outside and Marmoush making runs through the gap. But if you suddenly think of that, and then you have Reijnders running in, so you have Cherki there with Foden and Marmoush and Haaland in front of him to look for balls, and then you've got Reijnders running in Lampard style, because I think he does have a bit of that Frank Lampard, that goal he scored, was it the second goal he scored, really running through late like Lampard and finishing it. And I'm not saying Reijnders is like Lampard as a player, but he made those runs to do it. And I think I'd have Cherki in the middle of that rather than being on the outside.
That sounds like a crazy front five, Rich. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
Yeah, no, and that's with yesterday Savio connected brilliantly with Reijnders, and Doku was one of our close to our best attacking player at the end of last season after Marmoush. So there's some real talent there and real ability to do things a bit differently.
What did you think about Nico G yesterday?
The things with Nico G, and it almost feels unfair to say it, but he doesn't yet dominate the match. He's quite tidy. He looks like he can be around, but he's a bit more. I still think he's a bit more 8 than 6 in some ways, and he doesn't impose himself on games yet. But You know, I think that's probably, but we're comparing him to Rodri, so it's not really fair.
Hang on a minute. Which Alec Johnson are we doing here? Because there's now two. Alec, which one's the real you?
I wanna give credit to Haaland though, because
Ed, just before I do that, I need to do these, and we're gonna bring Elliot in, and I promise you, we'll have some super chats. But Joyce, thank you for the gifted 10. You, sir, are a legend. Big up my Joyce and everyone else because it was done a while ago. Thank you so much. You, sir, are a legend. Thank you.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
And also, we've had a lovely super chat from Unknown. Thank you very much. I know you are, though. Thank you for your very generous £2. Very, thank you very much. Foden Golden Boot incoming. Ed, before we bring you in, I'm just going to bring in Misery Guts because he's back. He's had the summer off and he's decided he wants to come in and be miserable.
He spent it. I've heard he spent it with Alan in Tasmania.
Hey, Elliot. You all right, pal?
Oh, I'm buzzing. How are you?
Right, that was my tribute to someone.
Oh, yeah. Well, with that Donald Trump
Elliot, how you doing, pal?
Is that you, Martin, or?
Yeah, you know who that is.
Aye.
Right, come on. What's up with you then, you miserable sod? You turn into a right misery guts, you. You need to go and have another holiday.
First of all, why have I turned into misery guts?
6 out of 10. Every morning about
It's a 6 out of 10.
extension.
It's a 6 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10. Is that not allowed?
It is, but I disagree. And Rich is going to disagree even harder than me.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Who we got rid of since the last game of the season against Fulham?
Who we had bids for them?
That don't matter, Martin. We didn't have any bids for Cancelo. We didn't have any bids for Cancelo until we pushed him out. So
well, Everton is getting that is getting harder and harder.
Is what Ed said again, man.
Everton with Grealish.
Honestly, I what I don't get is why everyone is so bothered about getting rid of people. I mean, yeah, it's financial.
Oh, hang on. Can we do it? Is this it? Are we ready for it? Are you ready for it?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm going to wait till Elliot says something about stones. No, I won't in a second.
Do you want a rant?
Not yet. I want Elliot to give me more material.
I'm not even going to say anything about stones. I don't think it's a stones thing. I think it's a
Elliot, why do you worry? Like, if we end the season with 20, if we end the window with 28 players, and there's 2 of them who've refused to go, then just send them home. They can just go.
But has he not said he don't want to do this?
Send them down to Buenos Aires to play golf. I mean, we can only name 26 players.
Yeah, which is fine. But as Pep said, he doesn't want to do this, though. Rich, has he not said this already? Like, well, not even just once, like a few times as well. So it's not even like it's a one-off thing.
But it's not going to be Pep's problem. You just tell him you're not coming to the training ground. You're not coming to him. We're just paying you on bed rest. You can go and play golf. You know, if someone is that stubborn that having been told they're not in the squad, they're going to stay, well, there's nothing we can do apart from pay them to stay at home. And that's their issue. It's not going to bother Pep. It's not going to bother the squad.
Nah, because what I think it is, where I think it may be different from me to maybe other people is I see it as, so you're keeping Stones, but whatever, fair enough. You're keeping Akanji, you're keeping Ake, just 3 names, for example, right? But just spent 30 million on Vic Tees, who's obviously now being loaned out, right?
Yeah.
Out of them 4, so what I'll do is I'll say Akanji, Ake, John Stones, and Vic Tees, right? Out of them 4, which on what evidence what we've had over the last however long since January, which out of them 4 is most likely to not get injured?
Which one's most likely to not get injured? Victor highest, but which one's least likely to be a top Premier League player? Also, Victor highest.
Yeah, I get that, Rich. I get that, but my problem is if we end up with another situation where we've got 2 centre backs injured again, we're going to be then putting a lot of game time, which it could be, because we're not saying we could be in the Carabao Cup, we could be in the FA Cup, we could be in the Champions League, we could be in the Premier League title
Elliot,
race.
sorry to cut you
We've
off,
got
mate.
six. We've got 6 centre backs. If we have
No,
2 of
but
them injured, we've
Rich,
still got
in
4.
Victor Hayes' loan, we put up. We have an option to bring him back whenever we want.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not got a problem with that. I just think what the club doing is I don't understand as to why they get rid of a young centre half who's been very good when he's played.
So didn't he ask to leave though, Elliot?
No, I don't believe he did ask to leave. No, I don't believe he did ask to leave. I would imagine that was a conversation where you're not going to get game time. What you want, mate? That's basically the situation. What you're in.
I think that's mature of him though.
Yeah, but that's not what we bought him for, though, Martin. We've just signed 30 million on him.
But we bought him 6
think-
months earlier. The club said that, didn't they?
Like, I'm not disputing that, but he's 30 million. It's not 2.5 million, is it? It's 30 million.
No,
Yeah,
that I agree with. That I agree with.
For the next decade, though, I don't think he's bought for 20.
By the way, sorry to cut you off, Rich. I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this just with the centre half, by the way. I have a problem with this in the midfield because I know exactly what's coming, probably in a conversation, but Martin's probably going to mention to me in the next. I'm sorry that I mentioned it now, to be fair, regarding a certain Argentinian midfielder. I've got the same issue with that. It's exactly the same thing. You cannot be keeping Mateo Kovacic, Ilkay Gundogan and getting rid of an Echeverri if he's going to be the future of the club.
He doesn't
They don't play the same roles.
But Rich, he come out of a day and said that. Pep come out of a day and said Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic can play further up the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he's probably classing it as, I don't know, maybe a number 8, maybe number 10.
To me, if we get rid of Echeverri, then we're telling Bob he needs to go on loan. And personally, I think Bob is more likely to have an impact in the Premier League this season than Echeverri. So I think Echeverri, and you know, I can see Echeverri being a bit upset because Echeverri is really competing against Cherki, against Foden, against Savio, against Bob. So he's come in Marmoush, and he's coming in a position. And we've signed since Echeverri, we've signed Marmoush, we've signed Cherki, we've got Bob back, we've already got Foden. So he's coming into a really tough position against a lot of really young players. So for Echeverri to succeed, he is going to have to do incredibly well and beat competition who are similar age. Many of whom have got 10 years left.
So Echeverri's position. Yeah, sorry, Rich. Yeah. Echeverri's position is probably where Phil Foden or Cherki is probably going to play. So if one of them get injured, you're going to risk playing Oscar Bob in the midfield where he hasn't played. He's never played. He's never played. Yeah, but he's never played midfield for us. He's never played as a cam. He's a number 10 for us. But he has though, hasn't he? Because he played. He come on in the FA Cup final and played there. He played there in the Club World Cup game. So he hasn't played there.
That's a bigger debate for me because that comes back to the debate of do we want academy or do we not? We can't bitch and moan. Let's go back 3 weeks when Nico Riley, before he extended, as you know, Elliot, was and ahhing about whether he was going to get game time. And a lot of the fans online, I will say online, were, here we go again, another youngster out the door who we're never going to buy, we're never going to see, we're killing the academy. But this is what I'm saying. You can't have all.
It should be the younger players, though, Martin. It should be the younger players. It should be the younger players. No, but it should be the younger players. Echeverri's young.
Because they want to win a league. If you want to go out with an 11
So the other players won the league then last year, did they?
Yeah, of course they did. But whether you like it or not, a prime Gundogan is better than Echeverri right now.
No, I don't buy into that. I don't believe Ilkay Gundogan now is better than Echeverri.
I've not seen enough of Echeverri to make any kind of thing on him.
No, but it's what you could be. We're speaking about now. Ilkay Gundogan is now 35. What we're going to do is just keep playing him until he's 36, 37.
Well, to be fair, it was Gundogan he got the overhead kick that got us into the Champions League. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but it was also Nunes, Nick, who won us again against Villa.
Gundogan's problem last season, like this is the thing, right? Because you're 34 doesn't mean you're finished. Liverpool are pinning their entire title hopes on a 34-year-old.
Yeah, look at that one today.
A 34-year-old is the most important player in their team. And we've got a 34-year-old who is probably going to play a third of the games, who's playing in a role that is nowhere near as critical to the team as centre-back, and he's past it. We've got fans in meltdown for Bernardo Silva, who has been the most overplayed player in Europe and one of City's greatest ever players, because he had the first half of last season, he wasn't at his best, that he's been at for the best part of a decade with us, and he's 30. Liverpool are pinning their season on a 33-year-old who had a brilliant season last year, but he's 33. And I just don't get them. The problem with older players is not that they're old and they suddenly become rubbish. The problem with them is you cannot have a player like Gundogan alongside two other old players with no legs. If you have Gundogan playing alongside, Reijnders, and with, if Rodri's fit behind him, none of the problems with Gundogan would have happened last season. Gundogan would have been able to play in his spot and wouldn't have been getting the blame for everything all over the pitch. The problem we had last season was we had no centre-backs. And when they were playing, one of them was playing at no more than 75% fit, and we had no pace in midfield. We had only old players in midfield. And if you play Gundogan alongside, Rodri and Reijnders, those weaknesses from last season will not be weaknesses and his strengths will be strengths.
But I don't want to go through this again because I've had this conversation with a lot of people, a lot of times, Rich, not with yourself actually, but with a lot of people. Yeah. I was banging on, and I know what Matt's going to say, I know you're Tom, I'm not saying that, I'm not digging that out, but I remember going on Spaces. No, what I'm going to say is, I remember going on Spaces last year, and you were going, I don't think we can put the young in it, which is fair, that was your opinion, you felt that weren't the right thing to do. I said to you, to put young players in, see if they sink or swim, that's the way to do it. If they swim, fantastic. If they don't, then that is what it is. That's the way it goes sometimes. You're never going to get every player who comes through and it's going to be a success. I get all that. But my point is, we're now going into another season where we're going to be playing a Mateo Kovacic who's just gone off of an injury, and then a Clyde Gundogan who's 35. You're putting a lot of strain on them if you go deep into competitions. With also an Nico G, which I believe he doesn't trust, if I'm honest. I think that's probably the thing with Nico G. I think he's trying to probably prove a point that it was worth the money, when I don't think deep down, if you actually put a lie detector on Pep and you said to him, are you happy with Nico G? I would say he would say no, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to be relying on them once every 3 weeks, or if you've got injuries. I don't think you're going to be relying on them every week, because you look at it now, Cherki or Foden is probably going to be playing, most games in one of those three slots. If Reijnders is fit, and if he carries on like he started, he's young, he's going to nail down that place for most of the games. So suddenly you're talking about Kovacic and Nico G being backups to Rodri. You're talking about them playing in the games where we're not playing Rodri, which may be a couple of games at the start of the season, but you're not talking about relying on, and then that's then what, Gundo. What's Gundo? Well, Gundo is a third choice behind Foden and Cherki, or a backup to Cherki if Foden plays wide. Is he, so you got Nick O'Reilly there, who, I think should be looked at in the midfield. You got Rico Lewis, who, backup, reserve backup. So I don't think it's a midfield that says, and I haven't even mentioned Bernardo, because I'm assuming Bernardo's going to be, possibly playing in that three behind the attack.
Something he said is like MCFC, okay, I get what he's saying. Keeping Echeverri training with the first team will improve him. That's great. Echeverri doesn't want that.
Yeah, he probably would want it if he'd been guaranteed to play some games, or Martin, but he's not going to be guaranteed to play some games.
No, Ancelotti is, Ancelotti's told Heist that if he wants to get the World Cup, he's got to play. So it's hard to imagine
this is the problem
that Argentina are feeling any different. Yeah. And what's honestly,
right, so why is he going to go then? Let's get to crunch of it, because obviously I think we're around the trees, aren't we? Here, right? What's the crunch of it then? Why is Echeverri going?
to see whether he's
Because
got it or not.
I'll be honest with you. I think he's listening to the wrong people in the Argentine.
I don't think he is. Why is he listening to the wrong people?
But,
So Cole Palmer listening to the wrong people then, was he?
hang on, but well, let me explain. It's just my opinion. I think it's because if Echeverri expected to come in and start playing Premier League football for Manchester City, then he's not done his research.
That's not why.
Phil Foden and Ryan Cherki are ahead of him, whether you like that or not. They are.
I'm not disputing that.
Right.
So he's
immediately third, fourth choice behind him.
So who's he behind? So if Phil Foden gets injured or Cherki gets injured,
I think
and then
you can play Manchester. I think you've got other options you can do. So I think he's fourth choice. Maybe he doesn't want to be fourth choice.
Right. So what you're saying is you're putting this is Jewish, by the way. You're putting Oscar Bob, who's never played as a 10 for us before,
and now is Echeverri.
He has played as a 10. Did you not watch the World Cup game when he scored a free kick?
80 minutes?
It's when he scored a free kick. Syndrome.
Why is it the new toy? Why is it new toy? Why is it
because
new toy?
Because we can't bitch and moan about the academy failing and then stick a 17-year-old ahead of the academy players.
Who have I stuck him in front of?
You just stuck him in front of Bob?
No, what I said is Oscar Bob has never played as a number 10 in Manchester City's first team. He has in the academy. I've seen him play it before, and he was very good at it, by the way. But what I'm saying to you is, if Oscar Bob plays as a 10 in front of Echeverri, if that was you, you would also get the fucking tit on. Mind the French.
Yeah, but Elliot, I do my research, because I'll be honest with you, I think Echeverri's camp's done poor research here. If he expected to come in and start playing football, then he's been badly advised. That's what I'm saying.
Is that Victor Reese as well, by the way? Are you classing him in the same bracket as that as well?
No. Victor Hayes. Victor Hayes has a very Victor Hayes has a very clear path. Victor Hayes knows we've got 2 centre-backs off contract in a year
next summer,
and 1 centre-back the year after. So he knows we've got an aging centre-backs, and in 12 to 24 months, we are going to have probably, of the 6 centre-backs we've got this season, probably 3 are going to be gone in the next 2 years. So Hayes knows I need to go and get some game time, get in the Brazil squad, get some good first-team football, play 30 matches in the European League, prove what I've got, and I come back next summer and I'm one of 4 centre-backs at Manchester City for the next 10 years. That's Hayes, and he knows that.
I remember them words for McAtee, Rich. I remember them words for McAtee when he went to Sheffield United.
With respect, McAtee has not shown he's good enough. I would not play McAtee from anything I've seen of him ahead of Bob, Marmouche, Docko, Savio, Cherki, Foden. So McAtee is. I've seen enough of him at City to not think he's good enough to be ahead of.
I was on about the loan move, though, Rich. I was on about the loan move. You just obviously. I get what you're saying about the VCs, but what they said to VTs is probably what they said to McAtee, and look where we are now.
Yeah, but McAtee didn't take his chance. McAtee had 1,000 minutes or something last season, and he didn't show he'd got it. If Heiss comes back and in 1,000 minutes doesn't show he's good enough, he won't.
I would agree with you, Elliot. Do I think Echeverri should be sold? No. I don't see, and this is just me, I don't see a problem. And I think the club are like this, clearly, because the club have said, go to Girona if you want, go where. What the club are saying is, we don't want a buy option. Roma want to buy him with a buy option. City have said no. All we want to do is loan him, because right now, there is too many people in front of you. So, to be fair to you, you want to play football because it is coming up to the World Cup. So, what the club have said is, go and have a year, come back. Same with Victor Hayes. I personally think it was always Victor Hayes or Kushinov. One of them was going to go out on loan. I always believed that. That's just me. I think one of them was always due to go out. It's same with Oscar Bob. We don't give Oscar Bob the chance. Oscar Bob is going to go down the Cole Palmer road. And he's going to go. All we're asking Echeverri to do is wait 12 months. The same way Juma Barr, the same way with Victor Hayes. Just wait. Because in 12 months' time, there are 5 to 6 players that are out of contract and gone. And you know yourself, Elliot, because you said this. Gundogan was promised coaching badges. They're going to stick to that. They're not going to go back on their word on that.
Well, it's done a money. It's done a money.
That's what I mean. So I personally think, listen, players will leave. Maxi's going to leave. We know Grealish is going to leave. Pep's already said players are going to leave.
I don't have a problem with that. I think it's the wrong players leaving where I have an issue, and that's why I rate it a 6 out of 10. People can hate that all they want.
That's your opinion, mate. That's absolutely fine. That's what this channel is about.
I don't believe Mateo Kovacic should be staying. Gundogan should be staying.
Mateo Kovacic is injured till after the window, so we don't know whether he would have stayed or gone. But it's not.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I say, you can name the centre backs, which I've mentioned a few there.
Who would you loan out, Elliot? Then going to put you on the spot because one of them will have to go to keep them both happy. Oscar Bob or Echeverri.
I wouldn't loan any of them out, but that's what my whole thing were about. Why you're keeping players who shouldn't be here? That's why I've rated it a 6 out of 10.
Because I think Gundogan and Kovacic are happy to sit on the bench. I don't.
Yeah, obviously they're going to. Well, they're not sitting on the bench, Martin. That's not happening.
Oh, I didn't realise we all had crystal.
Nah, that ain't happening, man. That ain't happening. You know deep down, Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic are going to sit on the bench. I'll be very shocked if Gundogan doesn't start on Saturday.
Wow.
You know they are as well. That's why.
Alvarez came in and started. Sorry, Amar, can I ask you where is Alvarez now? And who has to leave because he wasn't playing? Alvarez asked to leave because he wasn't playing. Bye. But I don't know where people got this. Alvarez was doing all this, that, and the other. Alvarez was on the bench.
So we've got the future at the club, lads. Can I just ask you that question? Who for you has the future at the club? Is it Gundogan and Kovacic, or is it Echeverri, Oscar Bob?
No, I think Echeverri has the future. He just has to be patient for a year.
But what he's probably saying is, if I'm included in the squad, I'll be happy with that. But if I'm not included in the squad, then obviously I'm not going to be happy.
Right. So you think? Let's use the guy at Madrid, Master Tuono. You think he was going in to replace Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, and all them? I was thinking,
but I bet he gets game time. But I bet he gets game time over there, though.
Well,
how much?
How much? What? A bet? Or
I'm saying, I think this is the question about how much game time does a player like Echeverri want?
Well, they work his way in, innit? We can all do this. End of the day, people should earn their positions and they should play. But I do feel sometimes there's a bit of a difference with that, and that's just my opinion. I feel like Pep's always going to go back to Bernardo Silva away at Anfield, which that's his choice.
I don't have a problem with that.
That's your opinion, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think people have become panicky over last season. I think this is my opinion. I think people are borderline disrespectful to our legends now.
Not disrespectful, Martin. It's probably looking out for them.
I think it is,
Martin,
Elliot.
Martin, there's nothing borderline. People are outright disgustingly disrespectful to
and I think that's getting louder now. There's a lot. I saw it, like City Extra put that tweet out yesterday saying the Unks are all coming on. Look at the replies. People are going mad now. They've had enough of it.
I'll be honest with you.
Today's fans, now.
Yeah, Martin, some of today's fans would have booed Colin Bell when he came back from his injury, the way we've gone. They'd have booed Colin Bell, and Colin Bell would have been getting hounded out of the club when he came back from his injury because of the way some of today's fans are. I find it embarrassing how badly we're treating absolute club legends, some of whom are only getting this abuse because we had, as a collective team, a meltdown last year and a whole lot of injuries. Players who played last year came back with like 5 or 6 injections to play for City, give their all for City, and then because they're not at their absolute best, are getting absolutely slated.
But Rich, can I just change it from a different side of it then? Could these people be saying these things because they don't want it to end the way that Kyle Walker ended? And how
people shouldn't be dicks then. Elliot, you get
but that's not. But that's different though. But you're on about. You're on about a different thing here, though, aren't you?
No, I'm not, because the way
you are.
Can I, Elliot, Kyle Walker ended, right? With respect to Kyle Walker, because of his attitude. Ultimately, it wasn't because of his fitness, it was because of his attitude. And he is obviously at a time when City needed leadership, needed, prime Winston Churchill in the dressing room to sort us out. Kyle Walker was, and he had things going on, but he was mentally crumbling himself. He wasn't, his problem wasn't that necessarily physical. It was actually him not concentrating in games, not showing leadership, not showing the focus on the team, and the team not being the most important thing to him as the leader. That's why Kyle Walker went out the way he did, and I don't see that from some of the other players. I don't see.
But do you think Kyle Walker was good enough for Rich?
Do I think what?
Do you think Kyle Walker was good enough towards the end, like last season when he played?
Of course he wasn't, because his attitude wasn't.
No. I mean,
his attitude had gone.
Yeah, no, but I mean, his performances on the pitch, like take away what he was obviously doing off the pitch. His performance on the pitch.
I'm saying I think his problems on the pitch were because of attitude and because of, and possibly that's because of what was going on in his private life. And, I'm not going to slate him from that. But his problem last season and why he fell out with Pep was entirely because of what he was doing, what he was saying, and his behaviour, not because of his physicality. I wouldn't be surprised to see him if he sorted out his head, having a good season for Burnley, because I think his actual people were saying he'd lost his physicality. I don't think that was the issue. I think he'd lost his head. And that was
he weren't good at he weren't good at AC, Rich. He weren't good at AC, to be fair. It was shocking.
Yeah, but because his head was gone. I don't think his body. I think his head is gone, not his body. And
I would say he fell off, to be fair. And listen, I think for me he's the greatest right back of all time in the Premier League. So I'm not getting an agenda against Kyle Walker. I just think ultimately the time was when it should have been moved on. And that was probably right.
The time should have been a year earlier because his head had gone, and the fact he was captain and his head had gone caused all sorts. That's why Pep picked the captain this year, because you'll see it in a few years there'll be all the books out, but his head had completely gone. And it doesn't matter if your head's gone, your body can be perfect. If your body's gone, your head can be perfect. But I don't know whether physically he's finished.
But by the way, Yusuf, have you picked your jaw up off the floor after getting your ass slapped by Palace? 350 million. Hey, big up, mate. Anyway, carry on. I bet he comes back with it with a pre-season friendly. Bet any money. I bet he will. Listen, it's all an opinion, and it's fine. I'm one of them.
The contract thing is good enough, by the way. Sorry, Martin, I didn't know you were there.
Well, go on.
I said the contract thing. I said the contract thing is good enough. No.
With them?
Well, why is Ruben Diaz deserved a new contract on his recent performances?
He's a top 10 centre back in the league.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Gundogan's performed better in the last season than what Ruben Diaz has. And I've just said that didn't want for them. Very different, because it's a different situation with Foden.
Yeah. The thing is, I think they're looking at what's coming
Rico
up.
Lewis don't deserve a contract. Wrong. Edison's still here. Not good enough. He don't want to be here. Let's call it as it is, man. I'm sick of beating around bush, man. No, I'm sick of beating around bush because it suits narratives. I'm just sitting here, and this is where I'm fair. And this is where I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying people, because they love Edison. They do anything to defend him. But if this was anybody else who come out and said, basically, I want to leave and I'm never going to sign a contract for 1-2 years, everyone would kill him, man. If that were Gundogan, everyone would kill him. That's where I'm fair with it. I've just said I don't think Gundogan should be at his football club. But the way he acts on the pitch and off the pitch, he's legend status, whether people like that or not. But Edison, sorry, mate, but I ain't classing you as a legend at this minute in time.
Yeah, but we know Edison's going. The problem is, €3 million, Elliot, ain't getting him out the door.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Martin. What I'm saying is, how long do we just keep saying, oh, it's fine, he's fine. We've got Edison on the bench.
Anyone's saying it's fine, Elliot. I think that's where, I think the people you spoke to maybe are saying that. I don't know. But from my point of view is, they're under contract. If nobody's bidding money, real money, you can't do anything.
Oh, well,
Always City have got to sell their players for free. Why have we always got to sell them at £1 million? What are we? We're not charity, sir. We're Manchester.
well, it's going to go for free. Well, it's going to go for free, to be fair, in this. So,
Right, then fine. But at the end of the day, it's like I'll give you an example. Nico G. Everyone was having a excuse my French. Everyone was having a wank over Nico G. Going, oh, he should be playing. He should be playing. He should be playing. He should be playing. As soon as we got one link with Belabor, everyone ditched Nico G out the door and wanted Belabor in.
yeah, because Belabor's a better player. That's
because
just common
it's
sense, though, isn't it?
It's FIFA, Elliot. It is a FIFA mentality.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's because people know Belabor's a better player than him.
You know that isn't how football clubs work.
But
Do you know
but Elliot,
but he is a better player.
Belabor.
I'm not saying Nico G isn't good, like a good player. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, probably a factual stat. If you look at it in the Premier League, Belabor's probably a better player than Nico Gonzalez. That's fine.
Rodri, is there?
Well, is Rodri going to be here for much longer?
What is up with the world? Everyone's gone into craziness.
I only asked you a question. Only a question. Everyone else is asking it, so
I believe he'll sign a contract. Yes.
I didn't even mean that. I didn't mean that. I meant injury-wise.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I don't. Do you know what gets me is, and I think it's just. I think this fan base, or some, I will say the word some. I've got so much PTSD and worry on last season that I don't ever remember Liverpool fans going, Van Dijk's not going to come back. Van Dijk's finished. I don't remember Leverkusen saying when Wirtz had his ACL. It's only our fan base doing this.
He's now got injured twice, though, mate. Like, let's not do this.
But everyone
got injured. He's got injured twice since ACL.
Yeah, everyone.
But he's not injured now.
When they come back,
He is injured now. He said he were injured over there.
Bringing their body back. Elliot's opinions do get
being injured and having a slight knock is totally different. But okay,
Elliot's our Alan backup. Elliot's spent the summer coaching with Alan in Tasmania in the
No, it's Elliot's opinion.
Alan
Elliot's allowed it. No, Rich. Elliot's allowed his opinion. And I get it. It's an opinion game. This is why we love this. But the thing is, what gets me is Pep Guardiola yesterday, which is why we're here, did not play any of the unks at the beginning. And I'm going to stop saying unks because I find it so damn disrespectful now. It's unreal. It's pissing me off, all this unks and granddad and all this crap now. Yesterday, in the first half, was good. It was exciting. But what I liked about yesterday was it was a balance. Second half, we turn around and no, Cade, it's getting beyond banter now. It's getting beyond the joke now. It's getting quite disrespectful now. I don't find it a joke anymore. A joke is a joke while it's funny. It's no longer funny anymore. It's now becoming. It's now going into the disrespectful camp, which is why I've said a lot of City fans are starting to get pissed off and fight back now. Even on big accounts, they're starting to come back at them. Because it's players see this, managers see this, and it's getting beyond the joke. Even that's why John Stone said the other day, I've been leaving all summer. I just laugh at it. So I'm not going anywhere. I don't know where all this has come from that I'm leaving.
I bet he still goes on social media, though.
What?
I said, I bet he still goes on social media, though.
Yeah, he may do, but people are going to... Do you know what it is, Elliot? People won't like this, but human beings have to start being normal and stop being knobheads.
It is their opinion, though. Like, if people don't want John Stones in his football...
threatening to kill Edison's wife is not an opinion.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm on about John Stones. I was about John Stones. If people are saying that John Stones should be at his football club because he's injury-prone, there's plenty of evidence behind that, why then people should think that and want that.
Someone needs to find a buyer then.
But that's not their problem. Then we were saying it. That's just their opinion, what they're giving. They can't come up with a solution.
Elliot. City Extra taking the piss. Disagree with that. They're the biggest aggregator in our community. They should be being sent. I get it. And I know Freddie's no longer doing that. I double check. I've been told Freddie's not doing that account anymore. He's not the admin behind it. I know Freddie wouldn't have put that out. I know Freddie would not have put that out yesterday. So somebody else has. I know
Elliot,
Freddie would not have
Elliot,
put that out.
When you have a world-class player like Stones, who's injury-prone, you don't put them out the back and shoot them. You make sure you've got a player who is going to stay fit, a.k.a. Alexander Kusanov, who's there, who can play if Stones gets injured, and that you have the strength in depth that you
What do you mean if, Rich?
3 times in a week.
What do you mean if?
Well, no, but right, last season, I remember saying about 20 times that Pep, we can't play Stones 3 times in a week. What happens the first time he plays 3 times in a week? He comes back, has a couple of really good games, and we start him at Madrid, the 3rd game in 8 days, and he gets injured. Now, if we can see that, not knowing anything about football, that's going to happen, why couldn't the club see it? Well, the club probably could see it, but they actually had no choice because everyone else was injured, and we weren't prepared to put Nunes up against Vinicius or, Mbappe or Rodrigo or whatever. So we played Stones. He gets injured 20 minutes in or whatever it was because he started 3 times in a week. Now, what we have to do this season is if we have that situation again, well, firstly, we haven't played him for the 2nd time in a week already. So you have Kusanov comes in, or Diaz, or Akanji, or
And by the way, I
Ake,
thought
or whoever.
Kusanov was excellent yesterday.
Yeah.
Very composed, very good, very, very good.
And, I think if Pep made any mistake last year, and this is with hindsight, and this is without me having talked to the club doctors or anything else, it's that we should have taken a few more chances on Cameron Pusey in games, even if he isn't good enough, to allow Stones or Ake or Diaz or Akanji, when they were injured, to have 1 extra week or 2 extra weeks training so that they could actually come back in and stay in the team. Because what we did do is we gave them no training, we stuck 5 needles in the legs and we put them out on the pitch. And that, if we made a mistake, that was it. Because had we risked Pusey in a couple more games, we probably wouldn't have lost any more because we probably lost them anyway. But when the defenders came back, the defenders could have stayed in and we could have had a stable centre defence by, early November, instead of waiting till January till we got any stability at all in the defence. But Pep, I'm doing that with hindsight. And I'm doing that without any of the medical information. The doctors may have said they're fine to play, in which case, maybe we should be looking at that. But I think we've just got to have the back. If you've got a player you think's going to be in, like look at Ake. Ake, brilliant player, but he has been injury prone. Well, we've got Aitnouri now. So Ake's not going to have to be played when he's injured at left back. He's not going to be overplayed. And, we will probably get a very good Nathan Ake back who can share the games with Aitnouri and, prove the world-class player he is. If he's asked to play every game, that's risking it. And so I think that bigger squad and some of the new signings fix things up.
Can I just say a couple of things in the chat? We're doing opinions. Anyone who wants to come out and say my opinion is facts and yours is bullshit, or this guy hasn't got a clue what they're talking about, that stops now. Disagree with people, that's fine. This disrespect's going to stop. I warned you all, it ain't happening on this channel. Disagree with us, by all means. You start getting personal, you're going out the door.
Yeah, and I'll just
have
say
a sensible conversation, or quite simply, fuck off.
And I'll just say to, politely and respectfully to Addo, I don't know if he's only been a City fan since about 2020.
Well, but that doesn't matter, Rich. I'm not bothered.
Listen. In 2014, 15, 16, 17, Vinny Company played fewer games than Stones has for City over the last 3 years. We recognised that Vinny Company was a world-class player, and we started to actually nurture him, and we signed some centre-backs so that we didn't have to play Vinny every week. Vinny was absolutely critical in 18-19, which I still think is possibly, alongside the Centurions and the Treble, the greatest season City have ever had. And in some ways, I rate the 18-19 side possibly better than the 17-18 or the 22-23 side. He played absolutely critical part in that great side, and his goal won us the league. And if we'd have had the fans who are treating Johnny Stones like they are, we would have binned off company. Liverpool would have won the league in 18-19. We wouldn't have got the domestic quad. And, you know, history of our club would be very different, because when you've got world-class players, you don't just take them out the back and shoot them. You try and do the right thing so that they can play games. But if you don't have backup for them, that's stupid. I won't dispute that.
I think he's responded to your Rich.
The backup is correct, though.
Actually, I do. That's amazing. That I love that comeback.
Rich.
Well,
the backup,
over the last 2 years, you're right.
Yeah, the guy in the hat of the name, it's called co-owner of the channel.
Rich, you know the
Rich
backup.
Co-owner of the channel, guys. Bloody hell. Bit of respect.
Yeah, do you know the backup though, Rich? This is the problem in it. That's what I'm saying to you, because if Nathan Ake gets injured and Kanji gets injured, which we've had evidence this season, that's very likely might happen. For me, why would you not keep a Victor East to keep around the squad, travel to away games, which is a big part of it?
Because he's asked to leave, Elliot. That's the happens, you know that. He's
Elliot.
Because he's not. Because he knows he's probably sixth choice.
No, because Ancelotti got in his ear and went, "You want to be part of this squad? You need to go and play."
Can I just say, Elliot, if Ake and Akanji get injured,
never said that.
We're still going to have Guardiola, Diaz, Stones.
It's the dinosaur.
So Victor Heiss is going to be fifth choice, even if Ake and Akanji are injured.
Well, is he though? Is he? Because if Kusanov's being utilised at right back, it's not, is it? Because then you're going to have Diaz. You're going to have Diaz. You're going to have Diaz. You're going to have Diaz, Guardiola, and then you're going to have who else is there?
Right, Ake. Are you ditching Ake?
No, because he's injured. He's injured, and Akanji's injured. That's what I'm saying. This season we've had them three players injured.
Hang on a minute. Akanji's never been injured until last season properly. You know that.
He was injured. He was injured in the.
But everyone has injured. All right, then should we ditch Haaland out because he has 2 months out every year now?
You're completely missing what I'm saying. So
no, Elliot. What I'm trying to say is, Victor Hayes. Let's be straight here. Yeah. If we go with the back line of Victor Hayes, Hushinov, ignore it and say Gabardiol or whoever, in that back line, and it doesn't work, you know what's going to happen. They're too young, they're too inexperienced. Because, Elliot, I get what you're saying, but the part I think you're missing from Rich is, I'm not trying to defend him, is for some, they want to do that, Elliot, because they think it means instant success. It's about the success, not the planning. That will only go.
That's not what got us top four last year, though, Martin. That's not what got us top four.
What got us top four?
Proven players didn't get us top four. No. Nico Riley changed his season.
Playing in all them 10 games.
Nico Riley changed his season, Martin.
Nico Riley was pants yesterday. He was the invisible man.
Yeah, but I'm not on about that. I'm about last season. He changed our season when he come in. He made a massive.
Forget last season. Caldoon's words: "Turn the page. Let's go again." So am I supposed to ignore the chairman?
That's not what I'm saying, but
right. So how come? Right. So let's have a look. You had Mikasa there yesterday. Is Mikasa going to get a lot of minutes?
No.
So why did he go?
Because Phil Foden's injured.
Right. Okay.
Which is the next problem, because then if you're relying on a new Cherki to deliver and get JNA, and he doesn't, then who are you going to go to? A 35-year-old Gundogan.
Why is it always?
So you just answer that then, because that's my point on the windows and all. Because if Phil Foden doesn't perform, which, let's be honest, who knows? Nobody knows what he's going to perform.
Because I believe there's an old saying, form's temporary, class.
No, we're not saying that though, but the chance, but it's a 50-50 thing though, Martin. He might perform, he might not perform.
Why is it always 50-50?
Why is it not? Why is it
not?
Why
is it always half glass empty?
How is it not? So 100%, 100%, Phil Foden's going to turn up this season.
But I can say I've been
Why?
told.
Why can't you say it in a
I've
better
been
way
told
that I
he's not
believe that he
I've
can?
been told he's not
rather than
injured.
say he won't.
I've been told he was having a family issue and that's why I didn't try.
That's not. I'm not disputing any of that. That's fine. He's allowed a year off, whatever. But what I'm saying is, you 100% can tell me.
He missed yesterday.
You 100%.
Family thing.
Well, Pep said they were injured. To be fair, so I'm going to go off for Pep's
Well, I know
comments.
he did, but Pep said he was injured last season. He wasn't.
Right. So anyway, so you saying to me, 100% know Phil Foden's going to perform next season?
No.
Right. So what happens if Phil Foden doesn't perform? Who do you play in that position?
I don't know.
Elliot, we could be having, if you could, any club can have a conversation where they say, what happens if half the team get injured?
No, because my point is, Rich. My point is, Rich, is I'm going to bring the Chiveri point. This is why I'm going to bring the Chiveri point up.
Hypotheticals. We could go on for 3 hours.
Not all. Because if Phil Foden doesn't perform, who's your number 10?
Cherki.
Right. So what I'm saying is, you're putting.
For you. What happens if Van Dijk and Konate get injured, and Salah gets injured, and Etiquette doesn't settle in Liverpool? I mean, what happens if Saliba and Gabriel
to be honest, Rich, I'm not overly asked about another team. To be fair, I don't really personally give a fuck about what another team do.
If we assume everything goes wrong at City, then there's nothing we can do about it.
Right. If we so like Claude has automatically made his decision.
Knows his stuff.
Holding to Ghost.
Knows his stuff. This Cloud. Look.
Right. Well, he probably does. But I tell you what, then, this is why I never want an academy player ever again, Elliot. Because we turn our backs at the first.
That's not what I'm saying, Martin. And
no, Elliot, we've become a fickle fan base. A fickle fan base.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the fan base, man. If you want me to be honest with you, I'm just spouting facts out here as to what might happen.
If Haaland has one bad season, some people would turn on him.
That's their choice.
You know that.
That's their opinion. I don't really care about their opinion, to be honest with you.
It's all about the now. It's all about the now. It's what have you done for me recently, not what you did for me before.
Some people would argue that Pepper think that as well, Martin, and they probably have a fair case of that.
Listen, when Pep leaves, I think some of this fan base is going to get a reality check.
That's not what I mean. What I mean
don't
is
come back crying when he goes, "Oh, we want Pep back because we won." Then
I never said anything about Pep leaving. So what I'm saying is, people would say Pep Guardiola returns to the people that have worked for him in the past.
Opinion, Jay, stop doing that. You're doing it again. It's his opinion.
Cheers, yeah.
And it's our opinion. Nobody's right, Jay. It's an opinion. Yesterday, before the game, all I got was the Unks are coming on. We've won 3-0, and all anyone wants to do is bitch and moan. It is crazy. Because all anyone wants to do now is focus on the negativities. We played well yesterday. Reijnders was magnificent.
It's pre-season though, Martin.
All we talked about for an hour is the negativities.
No, but it's pre-season.
Okay, but why can't we wait for this doom and gloom until actually we see some lineups to see if Pep is going to play the right people?
Get a hard on over doom and gloom, Ed.
Why can't we look forward to the season and see what he's going to do instead of being like, oh, it's going to be awful? Why can't we just be like, man, I'm excited for Saturday. I'm trying to see what Pep's going to do. It sounds differently. It just sounds different.
It's why we need the football back. So I have to go. I've got to go to work, but it's why we need the football back.
Yeah, you watch your hamstrings, Rich.
And I'll need to send you my prediction for the score. We actually will do that on Thursday, won't we? Sorry, Elliot.
Yeah, you make sure you don't pull any hamstrings, Rich, on your way to work, mate, or your groins.
Yeah, I've got Cousinov in reserve.
Jarvis,
to be fair, though, Rich,
Jarvis, because no manager in England has won what Pep has in 10 years.
To be fair though, Rich, to be fair though, Rich, if you were playing for England, you'd be fit though, wouldn't you?
No, Wales, mate.
No, I didn't say that, Jay.
Elliot, I've never missed a Wales game.
No, hang on a minute, Jay. Don't twist that to your narrative. Don't do that, Jay.
Fair enough.
I haven't said. I said my opinion is one thing. Rich,
see you later, Rich.
Nobody's opinion is right, Jay. It's an opinion. Please listen, Jay. Come on. You're an intelligent guy. But what you're trying to do, Jay, you're trying to push a narrative now to cause an argument. Behave. Come on, Jay. Let's not do that. Right, is anyone actually happy over yesterday? Because I thought we played bloody very good. Jesus.
You know my
We
thoughts,
created
mate.
loads
So.
of chances.
Yeah.
I saw two styles of football. I saw basketball in the first half, and in the second half, I saw a nice composed thing. Did Gundo play bad? No. Did Bernardo play bad? No. Was Reijnders bloody great? Brilliant. Come on. Let's get a bit of positivity going here. No.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier, man. I thought we had a good game. I thought, I'm interested to see how he's going to blend the two lineups together. I don't think he is going to. I know some people were saying he's going to start Bernardo, he's going to start Gundo on Saturday, but I don't think he is. I know a lot of people are like, well, he's not going to play Cherki because he's new. I'm like, that's what we're missing, though. It makes no sense to have Cherki and not use him.
Yeah, I actually think we are winning the league. So that's just my opinion. No, I was excited yesterday. I was like, yeah. Thought Oscar Bob was decent. O'Reilly did disappoint me. Thought he was invisible most of the game. That's just my opinion. Trafford thought he had a dodgy 5-10 minutes, but I think when he calmed down, he was good. Hushinoff really surprised me in that left centre back role. I thought he was composed. So I thought he was going to be a railroader, but in that left centre back, he was very composed, very calm. John Stones was brilliant. Rico Lewis thought was decent. Cherki reminded me of a David Silva, the way he moved, and he was interchanging in different positions. So we'll just see. Listen, I'm one of them. If 10 games in, he's still playing Gundogan, because I don't believe he's going to play Gundogan, Bernardo, Kovacic, because then he's got to leave Reijnders on the bench. I don't think he's going to stick Reijnders on the bench. So right, so you're down to two uncles then, that everyone wants to call them. So what are you doing with Foden? What are you doing with Cherki? What are you doing with all them? So no, I don't think he is going to play the three older players together. I think that's people's PTSD. Do I think Gundo will start games? Yes. Do I think Doku will start games? Yes. Because they're not going to sit on a bench and just get paid for doing nothing. That's using a squad. I don't have a problem with Gundo coming on with 20 minutes to go to calm the game down. But, hey, listen, it's your opinion. That it? Am I on my own now? Everyone gone?
No. I was just letting you talk, man. No, I agree with you. I think everybody was wanting a big squad, but they're not happy with the squad we have. So,
names. Some white names. That's the problem. Some white names.
Like I think our center back lineup, the amount of center backs we have, and the quality that they are, we probably have one of the top 3, top 2 in the league. So I don't know why people are having this. It's going to come down to how Pep manages some players, like a Stones. But, like I said before, he has the opportunity now to do some rotations because of the big squad we have.
Yeah. I mean, did you not like Kennington yesterday, Elliot?
It's preseason.
Yeah, look at my name, man.
Oh, God's sake. All right, so why did everyone have a big old shit down over Al Hilal then?
Why are you asking me questions which I don't know?
No, this is what gets me on this. City win, it's only pre-season. Al Hilal, you're having a big meltdown.
It don't mean anything yesterday, to be fair for me, but it's my opinion.
And so, I mean, this is another thing. People suddenly think, you're never going to give up chances. We're going to give up chances, people. This is professional footballer. Look, Cloud, Rodri won't come back. I disagree, but that's your opinion. I think we've become a very negative, worried fan base. I think we've become very worried and very worrisome. And everything's worst case scenario.
It's down to the club to change it, mine.
Pardon?
It's down to the club to change it, and Pep.
But the club have tried. Have they changed the backroom staff? Yes.
No, but signing players and signing staff don't change it.
But that's all they can do. We've only had 2 games.
Well, no, but they're going to do. No. What I'm saying is people are going off the Club World Cup as well, won't they?
I don't know. I don't know what will make people happy. What is going to make people become happy? Because I'm going to say this again, Elliot. People got too used to winning.
I mean, that is a point in football for some people, Martin.
Got too used to winning. We were winning at a rate no team in this country has ever done. Ever done. So that was never sustainable. And you know that, Elliot. It was never sustainable.
It's people's opinions, Martin. They want to win football games, and
of course it is. But then at the end of the day is that's fine. They're entitled to have that opinion. Of course they can. But I'm entitled to have mine. At the end of the day, I get abused, and people of my age get abused, told to get out the football club because we're not demanding to win every game.
Yeah, but then there's also the older generation, Martin, who look down at the younger ones.
You're a glory hunter. They get all offensive and start calling your names.
No, there should be a level thing where the older fans, there should be an old thing where the younger fans respect the older fans, and the older fans respect the younger fans. But
no, and that's the problem. Nobody respects anyone anymore.
At the end of the day, older fans will be used to more not winning games, whereas younger fans will be used to winning games.
Supporting the club for love.
No, but that's not what.
Yes, Elliot.
No, that's not their fault. They grew up. That's not their fault. They grew up, though, Martin. That's not their fault, though.
No, I'm not saying it is. But it's
not
you are.
But you are, because what you're saying is you support City for the love.
I supporting the club when we were crap.
Yeah, that's fine. But they can't, when they were born, if they've been grown up, and
that's fine.
But that's where you obviously have a problem, because you've not used them people wanting to win all the time. That's not the way you grow up.
I don't have a problem.
All right.
What I'd tell you where I actually have a problem is the old fans are told to get out, and if it wasn't for the old fans, they wouldn't have a club to support right now. Because the fans of my age kept that club going. And that's factual, and you know that. And that's where I feel like it's a bit disrespectful to call. But I totally agree. The younger generation should also be respected. But we should respect each other. We're not doing that.
I don't think it's that. I just think it's because people don't agree on certain things, which is, I think that's what makes football good, to be fair. But
see, look at this. This is pointless. So when Martin has an opinion, he's got a problem. So I'm not allowed an opinion to you, Fernando. This is my point, Elliot. I'm not allowed an opinion.
No, I think he was backing you up. I thought he was backing you up on that, Martin, because he's saying, so when you have one, it's a problem. That's what he's trying to say. Like,
yeah, I don't know, Fernando. Maybe I've got that wrong. If I have, I apologize. Can you explain? Are you having a go at me? Or are you saying I have a problem when I say my opinion? I don't know. Maybe explain. Maybe it's the way I've read it, Fernando. So I do apologize, my friend. But that is quite right then, because if I have an opinion, it's a problem. That is true, Elliot.
I can't change that.
I'll stop giving opinions.
I can't change that for you, mate. So I don't know what you want me to do about that.
Opinions. I'll stop giving opinions. Then I might as well.
I can't change.
Wait a minute. If you do that, we want to have a Monday show, though.
Well, I might as well not give. No, thank you. Right, Fernando, I appreciate that. I will say this. Guys, listen. I've just said I've misread it. Big up, Fernando. Thank you, Fernando. Big up. Right. It was me. I misread it. Thank you, Fernando. You're a legend because you do back me. I'm joking now. People can disagree with me all day long. Just, I'm allowed an opinion. Just because my opinion doesn't agree to
But
some of the
I've just defended myself for 25, 30 minutes, and you all were against my opinion.
No,
but it is what it is.
What did I say? I didn't say. I said, Elliot, that's your opinion.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. But you argued against my opinion, and that's the way it were. Whereas I'll argue against things what you say.
That's where Jay's being naughty. Jay, stop that. You're being naughty now. And you know you are, Jay. And Jay's a friend of mine. You're being naughty, Jay. And you know that. Listen, everyone hates Chelsea. Martin, the fellow women team hold them same standards as men. Gareth Taylor ruined us last season. Never hated a manager like I did Taylor. I will be the same as I were. That's fine. That's your opinion. This season, that's what you're going to hear from me. That's your opinion. I will disagree or I will agree. That's it. I am not going to do anything anymore.
Yo, let's keep it respectful in the chat too. Okay, I know this is a sensitive topic.
Did we win yesterday?
We did, man. You know,
I just want to check we won. We did win, didn't we?
See, this is the thing though, Martin. When we ask to see new things, we ask to see change up, we get it, and we still complain. You know, so it's like, or we don't get it when we want to, so we're going to complain. So that's why I said we're just waiting until Saturday when the lineup comes out. Hopefully that eases some people's minds.
All right, Jay, let's have a chat privately, offline. And that's not a threat. I know Jay personally. I'll have you a ring and we'll have a chat. I'm not doing this in a public forum on the chat, mate. I don't know what's got into you, but you're being a bit thing at the minute. Right, now you're allowed one in your opinion. Listen, my opinion is as good as anyone else's. Elliot's opinion is as good as anyone else's. That's part of the problem.
What people think about my opinion. That's the difference, you see.
I'm not
here to be liked. I'm not here to be liked.
I just disagree with your opinion on it. It's very long. I agree.
Yeah. You'd rather run with Gundogan and Kovacic. That's your opinion.
Yeah. No. Kovacic, I would sell. I would sell Kovacic. You didn't ask me on Kovacic.
You had a chance to say it earlier on, though, didn't you?
I would sell Kovacic. I wouldn't sell Gundogan because of the promise we made on the badges and the coaching staff. He is treble winning captain. We can't forget that. Would I play him?
You think Gundogan's going to walk out very well, though, Martin?
But would I keep him? Now, if you're going to say to me,
I didn't say that. I said, do you think he's going to leave the club on a good term?
I hope so.
Why wouldn't he? We giving him $200,000 a week.
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, do you think he's going to leave and be loved by the fans and remembered for the treble and what he's done for us?
But that's because, again, and you said earlier on, I don't care about the fan base. So, but it's the fan base causing that, Elliot.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that's.
I think after some time passes, Elliot, they will. I think it just
here's my thing, Elliot. I said to you privately, and I think I said it on air to everyone. I said the way we're going as a fan base. What did I say to you, Elliot? See if you remember.
You said we're going very well as a fan base at this minute.
It's a lying bastard. What I said was
best fan base in the world.
I said the days of statues are over the way we're going.
Don't know about that. Echeverri gets some game time. You never know.
You see what I mean? You've got such a boner for Echeverri at the minute. The guy can't get out of your head at the minute.
My pan as well. He'll have one.
No, Haaland will have one if he stays there his whole career.
There's a few players that we're going to sell, isn't there, to be fair, who are never probably going to play for us.
Listen, for me, I don't think there is an issue with Ilkay Gundogan coming on with 20 minutes to go to close the game out, playing in games against Burnley when Rodri needs a rest or someone else needs a rest. What I would say is, if he chooses to play Bernardo, Gundogan, Kovacic together.
Yes, Cam, I am saying that, Cam, yes.
Then it's a problem. Yeah, Elliot, I would agree with you. If he's going to play all three together, then it's a problem. I don't believe he will because you've got O'Reilly, you've got Reijnders, you've got Nico G, you've got Rodri, you've got Foden, you've got Cherki. Well, the hell, unless you get an almighty injury crisis, he's not going to play all of them together.
He don't rate Nico G.
That's why he spent 15 minutes with him at open training.
Don't mean no. So I haven't spent any minutes with him at all since he's joined, apart from just that day when you were there.
I thought Nico G was excellent yesterday.
Well, as you can see by my title, that's my opinion on it. So
it's only pre-season. I know.
It is. You said the same thing for the Club World Cup.
Don't forget though. So if we beat Wolves 5-0, are you going to say it's only Wolves?
No, I said well done. Go and beat Spurs.
Right. So here's my question, and here's my thing. When's the first meltdown of the season coming?
Say again?
When's the first meltdown coming of the season?
If Nico G isn't in the starting lineup on Saturday, there will be a huge meltdown.
It don't matter to me because that's not going to bother me, is it? Because like I said, I don't really care about the people's opinions. They're allowed them, but I don't deep it like that.
See,
all I've ever said about Nico
G, by the way, he was bought as a backup. That's all I've ever said about Nico G. He's a backup. He was bought as a backup to Rodri. That's factual.
Yeah, well, I bet Gundogan starts with a Nico Gonzalez.
But we'll see, won't we?
And I'll be shocked if Bernardo Silva doesn't start as well.
Right, so he's not starting Cherki, he's not starting Foden, he's not starting Reijnders.
No, I think he'll start. No, I think he'll start Bernardo outright or something. To be fair.
Well, I'm telling you now, on this channel, we're not doing meltdowns. We're going to do proper analysis with no agendas.
Yeah. Do you not have Ellen on your channel?
Pardon?
Do you not have Ellen on your channel?
Yes, but first meltdown is coming. Gundogan and Bernardo and Cobb start together in a match. Well, that won't be for about 4 months, I do, because one of them's injured.
Nah, it'll just be the other two.
Right, so Reijnders on the bench then, yeah? Foden on the bench.
No.
Everyone on the bench.
No, I never said that. Never said that. I said my opinion is Gundogan and Bernardo Silva will start on Saturday.
Elliot, how many games do you think Gundogan starts this year? Just give me a round number.
Depends on injuries, don't it? I suppose.
See, I am with Sam. Sam Skips, best comment of the night. Big up me yourself, mate. How about we don't have a meltdown this season? How about we don't?
How about
Why
we do?
don't we try it? How about we try being nice to one another?
Martin, remember the question you asked me earlier?
Yeah.
When you said, I think it's going to get better.
You know what makes me laugh? Do you know what makes me totally laugh is I came in really positive tonight.
Yeah.
I came in so positive and let's go. We've won 3-0. I saw a really youthful, exciting team. I saw a different team in the second half, which was also good, which, by the way, we scored more goals in the second half than we did the first half, but hey-ho. And I thought Reijnders was man of the match. I thought it was tremendous, and we're having a meltdown. Could you imagine if we'd have lost?
We would have lost. It would have been biblical.
This is why other fan bases are laughing at us. I say this, I will say this again. We don't need to do rivals' jobs. We're doing it for them at the moment.
No, Martin, Pat was on Judge Mo's show, and he was talking about I think Liverpool said, why we got to be worried about Man City? Every time we turn on the stream, it's an emergency.
Thank you. So I mean, the rivals are taking the piss out of us. The rivals are taking the piss out of us. And we're accepting it. I don't see a problem with starting 15 games of them. I think he's good enough to start 15 games, depending on who starts.
Yeah, 15 games out the whole season.
Changed.
That's not bad. Like, that's not.
I changed my name for Neil, by the way, if you want to show him.
The first meltdown will depend on how the Man U game goes. What do you mean, Fernando? Sorry, mate. I don't. How many? What do you mean? So I'm trying to. First meltdown will. Can anyone else? It was just the last bit. Oh, Bells is here. Bells is here.
If you want to show him, Martin. If you want to show Neil my name, because he's obviously I'm just replying to his comment.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Just put my name on, and then obviously it'll make sense for his comment.
We will win the league if that's Messi plays.
Then he runner gets comment up.
Neil's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it's Neil. I think it's Neil. Right?
Alan is starting to look like Mr. Positive next to Elliot.
There you go.
I did say you were in
a,
I did say you were in a bit of an Alan mood at the minute.
I'm not in Alan mood. I'm just being honest. I don't think it's been good enough. Spoke to a few people who think the same thing.
I thought Savio was very good yesterday, by the way.
Shame he's playing that wrong wing, though, isn't it?
I agree with that. I would like him on the left.
No chance of that one, man.
Well, I hope. Could he even start Stones as a 6, but I think he's going to prefer him supporting the 6, not being the 6.
We don't need him as a 6, Rich, when we've got 12 other midfielders.
Is that true? Is the new bar in level 2 going to be called Gundos? That'd be amazing. Unks. Wouldn't it just be funny if the City took the piss and called the bar Unks? We see the same liabilities. What liabilities? I did not see the same liabilities as last season.
They did get in yesterday. They did get in yesterday, to be fair.
But opposition are going to create chances, Elliot.
That's what I think he's saying. I think he's saying that you can still see counter-attacks. I think that's probably what he's saying. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
But that's always going to happen.
I'm just saying that's what he's saying.
No, right. But the thing I'm trying to... Benny, can I ask you a question, Benny? What do you mean the same old? Because I'm going to ask Benny a question. Do you believe we should play football and not concede any chances? And I want people to be honest. Do you believe we shouldn't concede chances? Good evening, Bells. I don't know why City... This is... You are getting no crisis videos on this channel. I don't know what's going on. I'm genuinely intrigued by that. Do people believe we are not allowed to have chances created?
The what?
Do we believe that we are not allowed to have chances created against us?
I think it's about the fact that they're more likely to go in recently off the past years.
None of them went in yesterday.
Who did we play against?
They only created 1 chance in the first half and 2 in the second.
No, but who did they play against?
Doesn't matter. Did Plymouth beat Liverpool? Tumbleweed.
You went off a Madden there, considering Liverpool didn't play any of the starting 11, but...
Doesn't matter to start 11 when you're Liverpool, man. Come on,
be
man.
better than Plymouth's first team, Elliot. What are we doing here?
So it weren't the second team, though, were it? It weren't the second team, though, were it? They played some academy players
yes,
as well.
because Van Dijk was on the bench.
Yeah, on the bench, he didn't play.
Oh, bloody... Jesus. Elliot, I'm 1 step away from getting a red shirt on, mate, here. I'm loving it. You're on a white wind up, you tonight.
I want to wind up. I'm just saying factual stuff.
I like you. We gave away less 100% chances. I don't think you're ever going to get rid of 100% chances. Virgil van Dijk wasn't their third teammate, and never was Harvey Elliott. What are we doing here? By the way, Liverpool got beat today. Was that all right? You spent 305 million or whatever it was.
We can't really talk about money, though. We can't really talk about money, though, can we?
I don't see Liverpool having a meltdown.
Seen it, actually, to be fair, so.
Yeah. It's almost like some fans are sensible. Anyway, never mind.
They drew, actually, didn't they?
What?
What, they drew?
They got beat on penalties.
Oh, the joke game, man.
But then they had Berts and all these.
Oh. Did well, didn't he? Got assist, didn't he? I think, apparently. So.
Yeah. It's a bit like Ryan Cherki. Anyway.
Yeah. See what he can do on Saturday. I'm expecting 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yep.
Has he replaced KDB or has he replaced somebody else?
I don't think anyone's replaced KDB.
Well, we know that. We know that's never going to happen, don't we?
No one's ever.
We're just asking. I was just asking because I would expect him to go and score 4 goals like KDB did.
Anyway, we're going to leave it there because Elliot's been a naughty boy now.
I'm really annoyed, boy.
Being naughty, and you know you are. Ed, thank you for joining us.
Just
Big up, man.
We didn't even
Appreciate
get promoted to Johnny Reijnders, who I wanted to talk about. It was exceptional.
yeah, very good player. Good signing that. Well done, Cherki.
We didn't even get to me Rich Rants video.
Shame he's gone, to be fair.
Anyway, just so that you all know, don't forget Oil Brothers on Tuesday, 8:15 with Baz Black of My Eyes. We'll have a chat about City and Newcastle. And also, Stateside Blues, episode 1. I'm keeping the panel secret, but you are not going to want to miss this panel. Trust me. It is absolutely amazing. Fernando says, is Elliot a secret red? It's just a prank.
Don't mind red, actually, as a colour. I think it's a bit underrated.
Budgie says, morning, mate. Good performance from the lads. Yeah.
Martin, I got some more time if you want to talk about Reijnders, man.
Well, go on then. Come on, let's have a bit.
If the people want to hear about it, I think
I need to talk about
Reijnders, nice number tonight.
It was excellent.
Yeah, no, I think he's, what we saw in AC Milan. I think there's some questions when people come over if it will translate. I think it's as advertised what we bought, and that's why we buy 26, 27-year-olds because, they have the experience, they have the consistency, and some players just need a platform to move up to a new level. And that's to Johnny Reijnders. I think he's going to give us 10 plus goals in the Premier League. And I'm just really excited because I felt like that was a big piece of the puzzle last season.
He reminded me of Prime Gundo.
I was listening to somebody said, do you think he's like a combination of Kova and Gundo because he drives? He's more of a driver of the ball.
That's a lot that marted.
What?
Prime Gundo is not even played a league game yet.
No, I said reminds me. I didn't say he's going to be.
Yeah, but why does he remind you?
Cherki reminds me a little bit of David Silva, but he needs to fulfill that potential now.
Nah, no one's ever going to replace them players, man.
By the way, Simo Soaps, thank you for the very generous £5. You, sir, are a superstar.
But no, Elliot, didn't we say this all the time last season that we needed that midfielder that can get into the box and can maybe hook up with our wingers more to give them an option?
I don't know, to be fair, when Gundogan played in his correct position, he did well. He scored a few goals. Got a few assists, so it's just what happens when you play players in the normal position, isn't it?
Danny makes a great point. Big up, Danny. Missed a trick. Should have called it the Yankunian way. Ooh.
That's changed the name of the channel, though.
Yeah, I'm changing the name of the channel. That's a good point. 400k a week, hunks. Hey, worth every penny, mate. It's all about opinion, Elliot, so you're not bothered and don't give one. So happy clapping rules. And that's off the major unk. That's off Daddy unk.
Was that off?
Blue Art. He is the honorary unk of the channel. Him and Foggy, legends.
I'll tell you what is an opinion. Well, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. You spelled my name wrong.
No, Bradley. No. No.
Come on,
no
Blue Art.
news.
Can't even spell my name right.
Well, I can wait. Everton, right? Everton.
Yeah, Grealish Everton seems. Elton Wellesby was very excited about that, by the way. Elton Wellesby was very excited about Grealish.
Yeah, he's a big player for them, man.
I think he'll go United instead.
And I will say, Martin, it's okay for people to have an opinion that your opinion is rubbish in their opinion. Thunder Road, I like that. I actually do like that. Ain't Nora going to change us this year.
Still waiting for me apology off Blue Art, by the way. What's happening here, man?
What?
Still waiting for me apology off Blue Art, man.
Leave Blue Art alone. Blue Art is a legend.
Can't spell my name right.
Right? Well, when you start talking
Left.
sense, you'll say your name
Left.
right.
Left.
Do you think Cherki's going to switch over to 10 once Grealish leaves?
Nah, I think I'll be number 7.
I think Cherki will be a 10 or a right winger.
No, I'm talking about the I'm talking about the number.
The jersey. Sorry, fuck me. Fuck me. What am I doing
Stateside
here?
Blues. Stateside Blues.
You American?
Stateside Blues.
Big fan.
Jersey. You can share my opinion, or you're wrong, or you can be wrong. Exactly, but Mad Hatter, you know my opinion is bad from everyone. You know, any channel I go on, my opinion is like bad. 22 years ago was the first ever game, City 2, Barcelona 1. Big up Nicholas Anelka and David Semay.
Fluke that.
Ali Benabia led the boys out. I was there.
He's got no on the taste doing as that lad.
Ali.
Yeah, I think Cherki has a good chance to get that number 10, man. That would look nice.
How thick my arms are going now at the gym. Get out.
You've got no chance, Ed.
Anyway, right. No, Reijnders. I think I've already said it. This is my prediction. Manchester City player of the year to Johnny Reijnders.
How many goals do you think he can score for us in the league, Martin?
If he gets more than 10, I'll be happy.
More than 10? That's poor, isn't it?
No.
From your 8?
Odegaard got 15.
Because Odegaard's a 10, not an 8.
Well, that's where he's going to play, isn't it?
No. He's going to play in an 8 role.
So he's going to play as a 10 if Cherki's out, right? And Foden's injured.
Cherki will move to the 10 and he'll play Bob on the right wing.
Don't do it because he knows what you're doing. He's luring you in saying Echeverri.
I'm not saying anything, man.
What he can't stand is Echeverri. He's using us to get to a bigger club in Europe and he can't stand it.
Yeah, of course he is, man.
Yeah.
You know that, do you?
15. I got some people saying 15 in the chat. Okay,
do you
15.
Do you know that?
10 poor. 10's not poor.
Nah, 10 to 15 is good,
look at how many Bernardo Silva was getting in his pomp year.
Finnegan was giving you 10 to 15 goals, you know. So.
I love it when you're ignoring the line.
Because you're talking crap now.
How do I like that?
You're talking crap now. You just
so does Echeverri using us? Yeah?
That's my opinion, yes. I believe in that.
Yes. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Otherwise,
you just...
stay here. Don't ask for a permanent move or an option to move away.
Oh, you don't go and play games like Big T.
City own him. Right, but he hasn't done enough to play games. Phil Foden and Cherki are ahead of him. Deal with it or don't sign.
He hasn't done enough to start games.
Kate, numbers get confirmed at the end of the transfer.
10 minutes against Crystal Palace. What are you doing there, Elliot?
Did what?
Played 10 minutes against Palace, and you think he's done enough to play?
Did you not play in the Club World Cup?
Not really.
He played 60 minutes, yeah.
I thought he played against Fair and scored a free kick.
60 minutes. But it's only pre-season.
Yeah, correct.
By that rule.
No, correct. Still play games though.
Echeverri needs minutes ahead of. If anyone's putting Echeverri ahead of Cherki and Foden, then I think you're being. It's your opinion, but I think you're being disrespectful. It's my opinion.
It's their opinion, though, isn't it?
It is their opinion.
So why is it disrespectful then?
Because I think you're disrespecting Phil Foden and Cherki, what we bought him for.
But are you not disrespecting Echeverri?
No, because he's a kid.
How old is Echeverri?
19, 18.
How old's Cherki?
Cherki, what we doing here?
Kate, I've seen players change their numbers.
That's 1 year
players
difference.
Change their numbers during the season. It's only until the 1st of September, Kate. So they have until then to change the number.
Anyway, right.
1 year difference, yeah? 1 year difference, yeah?
Yeah, I know I'm getting rage baited now. It's why we're
21?
Anyway.
21, 25, okay.
Right.
David Silva. want to give that to Cherki, according to mine.
David Silver, you hate. Anyway, right, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
We'll continue this maybe over on Twitter. Let's see. We'll be back. Don't forget, we won't be back tomorrow because we're gonna have a day off. But we are back Tuesday, 8:15 p.m. with the Oil Brothers, episode 1. And also then on Wednesday, you have got two fantastic shows. One in the morning, Blues Down Under, episode 11. And then Stateside Blues, episode 1, 11 p.m. at night will make its debut. Trust me, this is a cast, a panel you do not want to miss. Honestly, this is going to be an amazing panel. Cannot wait. And really sensible. I would say one person who's been on the channel before, 3 people are making their debuts. No, 2 have been on the channel before, and 3 people are making their debuts. And then we'll be back for Thursday night chat, where we'll have a full season preview. We'll get some opposition fan bases on. We're going to get Tom, hopefully, from Tom Collicue to come over on the Liverpool side. See if I can get Dan Potts for the Arsenal. We'll get a few on. And then Friday, we'll do the Wolves preview. And then Saturday, Wolves. I am going to the game, so we'll let you know when we'll do the post-match.
When you do the 115 news?
115. What about it? You want
No,
that?
when are you doing that?
What about 115?
It's this week, isn't it?
I don't know.
All right.
But don't forget as well, we're also going to do this City Premier League prediction. Someone has asked me about the Fantasy League. I don't think it is happening. I wasn't dealing with it. The person dealing with it hasn't set it up. So I'm not sure it is happening. But we'll sort something else out. Don't forget, at the end of the month, we have got a giveaway for the memberships. Someone's asked me about the podcast. That is starting the end of August. So the podcast is coming back.
You didn't mind a watch along on Saturday?
No, I'm going.
Oh, fucking hell. We've lost them, lads.
Look, Joe, won't say Martin's back. Listen, you don't all say this when I'm at the
Fucking
Etihad.
hell, man. Who?
No one says all this about when I go to the fucking Etihad, we're going to lose.
Fucking hell, yeah, 'cause we didn't win last year there either.
I'm sorry, I've just watched 4 in a row. I'm sorry, we didn't get 5 in a row.
Didn't go to treble soon, though, did you? Champions League. Fake
Get
fan.
5 in a row.
Fake fan.
Get
Didn't
5
go
in
to
a row.
Champions League final.
Yeah.
Didn't even go.
No, it was.
Didn't even
No,
go.
it was a joke, mate.
Didn't even go to Champions League final.
That's why Cameron's laughing.
Champions League final. Didn't even go.
Do you think we'll be happy if we got 12 in a row? 14 in a row? 15 in a row?
People would just move the goalpost, Martin.
6 trebles in a row? 6 doubles in a row? 9 doubles in a row?
Enjoy Istanbul, Martin.
I couldn't, mate. My dad had been diagnosed with dementia.
No, I meant on holiday. You've just been on holiday, yeah?
No, I didn't go to Istanbul. I went to Antalya.
Oh. Oh, must have been someone else.
Antalya. And I did. Look, you can see my tab. You see it? Look, it just splits there. I had a lovely time. Back to popular belief, there was no hair transplant and there was no new teeth.
Oh, I thought it was like a nowhere, to be fair.
I had a lovely time. One of the most nicest hotels I've ever been to. Big up to the Delphin Imperial for your amazing hospitality. And now we're just looking at booking next year's holiday. So I've already booked 2027. Running
away for when we finish 4th, Ian.
Hey, 2027, America. Do you think we'll have a pre-season tour then, Ed?
2027? Most likely. Unless we go Asia.
I'll be there then. Come on. Because I'm going to Orlando in 2027. I'm going to the new Epic Universe.
I won't be there though, Martin. I won't be there.
Oh, why? Where are you going to be?
I'm moving to North Carolina.
Look at him here, turning his back. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Take care. We'll see you Tuesday on the next one. I'll do a space very shortly. So give me about half an hour. Thank you,
Sure,
DC. It's
sure.
lovely
Half an
to have you
hour.
over in the UK.
Why does Morton always say this, man? Half an hour.
All right, I'll start in 10 minutes then, because I've got to set it up and put everything
No,
on
I'm
it.
saying you say you'll be on it. I thought you said it would only be half an hour.
I will only be a half an hour this time. It's going to start at midnight.
Okay.
Anyway, big up, Paul. As always, up the Blues. City, we're going to win the league. I promise you, we are winning this league. Take care.
Matt is pissed.
Up the